Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If I were to ask you all what was your favorite television series of all time, what would you say? Let me rephrase that a little. How about which TV show are you all anticipating for the upcoming season? So, without a doubt, The Money Heist will be the answer for a significant number of people, and it is worth it. Most likely, you've already seen this series, but for those who have not seen it, you must, as it is one of the most popular television shows on the planet. Everyone talks about the best scenes, top epic moments, or famous dialogue, etc. But what we're going to do is something a little different today in this video. But first, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon to turn on the notification to receive all of my most recent videos. So in this video, we'll look at the top 5 epic mishaps, catastrophes, and troubles that occurred during the Money Heist season. Let me know your opinion regarding them and whether you think each of these should be included or not at the end of the video. So watch this video all the way through to the end. For those of you who don't know which series we're talking about, well, the fraction would be a very small, but simple. Money Heist is a Spanish season that was first launched in 2017, and currently 5 seasons have been released officially. The plot of Money Heist revolves around a mystery individual, aka the Professor, who recruits a crew of people who are at the edge of their life, like they don't have anything to lose. Professor always had the ambition of shocking the system with his full-fledged heist. The season drew a tremendous fan base and was admired and watched all around the world. For the sake of anonymity, all of the characters were given city names rather than their true names. The season is chock full of intriguing happenings and suspense. It revolves around the team leader's aka Professor's foresight and planning and dealing with unforeseen obstacles and performing the biggest heists of all time. His targets widened with the success of his first heist as he moved from paper money to gold. I think it's a hell of a big introduction, so let's move on to the first disaster. On number 5 is Moscow death. A team member's death can be extremely traumatic for the remaining team. Tokyo can be questioned at fault for his death. Most of us are saddened when Berlin pushes Tokyo outside and hands her over to the cops. The narcissistic psychopath always knows how to get people to react in the proper way. Tokyo's destiny is placed in the hands of the authorities when he brings her to them. We all know that this season would not have been able to continue without her ruthless and enraged demeanor. Tokyo's re-entry was a magnificent moment, but it had far-reaching consequences for the squad. While assisting Tokyo in re-entering the Royal Mint, Moscow receives a deadly gunshot wound. Moscow was a charming character who also happens to be Denver's father. Denver's sole living family was in Moscow, and he can't bear the thought of losing his father. Monica eventually persuades him to spend his father's final moments with him rather than trying to save him by digging out the tunnel. Moscow passes away in the arms of his son. This is one of the second season's most devastating disasters. On number 4 is something that we've all cried to. Yes, it was the sacrifice Berlin made. Berlin suffered a mental problem due to which he knew he would not live a very long life, and his death is next door. But to be very honest, he was my most favorite team member of them all, and his death or sacrifice was a huge shock for me. I was overjoyed that the first heist was a big success, even though it's practically wrong, but the fact that it was made possible by Berlin's sacrifice hurt my heart even more. Berlin's death came as a shock, but it was also deeply felt. While attempting to flee through the tunnel at the end of the first season, the group finds themselves in confrontation with the cops. Berlin makes the ultimate sacrifice in order for everyone to be able to flee safely. They load his body with bullets after he blocks the police path. Berlin's character was self-serving, so seeing him make such a sacrifice was unexpected. He is, however, the Professor's brother, which adds to the poignancy of the moment. Apart from being devastating, his death was a major setback for the entire crew, because he was the mastermind behind the Royal Mint heist. However, resurrecting him in the second season in remembrance of the Professor won the hearts of the audience. On to number 3 was the gunshot I will remember for the life and the most horrible death. The gunshot that Nairobi got during the police negotiation eventually killed her in the end. After Berlin, Nairobi was the most mature and responsible character and a role model for many. She was tough, bracing, and a one-woman army that would go to any length to accomplish the work. She was the one who led the gold mining process by herself, keeping the team intact during the gold mining robbery. Her honesty and weakness for children appealed to me. However, when the negotiation focused on her flaws, everything went horribly wrong. The negotiator was deceitful. Nairobi's son, whom she hasn't seen in years, was tracked down and brought to the location. Snipers shoot Nairobi when she catches sight of her son out the window. There was blood all over the place, and we found out that the bullet had lodged in her. Most of us felt Nairobi was safe after enduring a bullet wound, but no one is immune to death. Gandhi, one of the mayor's bodyguards, escapes and uses Nairobi as a pawn to protect himself from the crew. When they put down their weapons and allow him to flee, he shoots an unarmed Nairobi in the head, instantly killing her. Nairobi's death is one of the most tragic losses in the series. especially since the professor agreed to allow her to use his sperm in order to satisfy her desperate wish to become a mother once more. This is nearly too much for the crew to bear, and they are on the hunt for vengeance. On the second is the disaster that left the professor in complete despair. We all know that when the heart is involved, a person can't help but feel nervous for the person he loves. The professor had similar experiences as well. The season 4 conclusion in True Money Heist flair finishes on a massive cliffhanger. The robbers use Ganda to chopper Raquel Lipson into the Bank of Spain, still shaken by Nairobi's death. After Inspector Alicia indicts her entire department during a press conference over Rio's torture, the police issue a warrant for her arrest. She also discovers where the professor was hiding while she was on the run. "Checkmate," she exclaims as she fires the final shot of the season. Well, the police lady was one big hell of a problem herself. She made it look like Lipson was executed right at the time she was captured, but held her captive to extract information from her. Marcella, the pregnant police lady, saves the professor from a police pursuit in the woods, where he believes he overheard Raquel's execution. But that was all a ruse to get the professor excited. It was a major setback for the theft because the main mastermind, called the professor, was not in the best frame of mind to think clearly after Lipson was apprehended by the police. Last, and the most catastrophic on number 1, is the professor being caught at gunpoint by the police. Sergio Marquina, aka the Professor, has been a key member of the Money Heist crew of criminals from the show's inception in 2017, serving as its leader in orchestrating their audacious heists. The season 4 conclusion, however, demonstrated that even the Professor's best laid plans aren't always successful, as Alicia Sierra, a rogue and pregnant police officer, was able to track the Professor down to his hidden stormwater drainage hideout. Season 4 concluded with the Professor being held at gunpoint by Sierra just as the credits rolled, leaving fans in surprise and forcing them to wait over a year to find out what occurred next. Damn! This TV series never fails to grab and surprise people with its mind-engaging mishaps and thrilling plots. Well, do let me know in the comments which plots are missing in this list so that I can make a part 2 of this video. Do like, comment, and share the video with your friends and family. Tell me which series I should review next. Till next time, take very good care of yourself, stay safe, and keep following.